Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast. Unfortunately, I'm missing the co-host Loaf tonight. He got called into work. I'm going to give you the full card, final predictions, and bets. Petr, Merab, Dvalishvili. This is a post-weigh-in face-off show. And me and Loaf have 2 fights disagreeing again. This is 3 weeks in a row. The first week, Loaf went 2 for 2. And then last week, we split. We went 1 for 1. Let's see if I can go 2 for 2 this week. I got Merab, Dvalishvili, and Ryan Spann. Loaf disagrees with those 2. Make sure you comment your parlay below. Just put hashtag UFC Forecast. If your parlay hits, we'll show your parlay in the early prediction video next week, and we'll give you a shout out. An example is just Volkov and Nam KO plus 1500. Put hashtag UFC Forecast at the end of that. If it hits, we'll give you a shout out. And don't forget to smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button. We're doing a $500 giveaway once we hit 500 subscribers. And all what you got to do is become a forecaster in the Discord. Links in the description below. We're going to set up a giveaway bot there once we hit 500 subscribers, maybe 400. So you got to become a forecaster in the Discord if you want that money. And join our Patreon if you want exclusive and early access to all of our bets and parlays. And you get access to private chats in the Discord as well. And make sure to check us out on Instagram and Twitter. We post a couple bets out there as well. Let's kick it off with these face-offs here. We're going to kick it off with the early prelims. Jared Gooden, Carlston Harris. And Gooden's coming in 6 pounds over the welterweight limit here. He looks ripped. And he got cut from the UFC. And then he went on to win 4 out of the 5, 3 by knockout. But he got knocked out in the first round to Impa Kasaganai. I think Carlston Harris is going to finish him here. He's had a full training camp. He had a long layoff after getting finished by Shavkat Rakhmonov. He has 5 knockouts, 5 submissions. I really think he's going to finish this fight. If not, he's going to get it done. And there's no odds yet on Betway, so I don't even know what the odds are. I'm thinking Carlston Harris inside the distance, but that's 6 pounds for Jared Gooden. You got to think he has a lot more power, but I'm not sure about his gas tank. You know, he's been knocked out in the first round before. I think Carlston Harris is probably going to finish him by knockout. It could be a submission, though. It wouldn't surprise me. Inside the distance is the safest play for me, though. And next up, we got the flyweight fight. Bruno Silva, Tyson Nam. And a lot of people are taking Bruno Silva. He's well-rounded, good on the feet, good on the ground, but I think Tyson Nam's going to catch him on the feet, man. It's a respectful face-off. Like I said, he's the Francis Ngannou of the flyweight division, man. He hits like a truck. I'm still predicting the knockout for Tyson Nam. Loaf agrees with me. I know we're both taking a 250 underdog, and that might come back to bite us, but he looks good at the face-offs. He has 100% takedown defense, and if this stays on the feet, I think he's going to find that knockout. If not, he hopefully gets it done on the judges' scorecards. And next up, the first women's matchup, Aldrich, Ariane Lipski. I really like Aldrich in this spot. 125 favorite. She is growing as a favorite throughout the week. She's a grinder. She only has 2 knockouts, though, so I think it's going to go the distance, and she wins on the judges' scorecards here. Ariane Lipski has not impressed me. She's 3-5 in the UFC, 36% striking accuracy on the feet and on the ground. She's not going to have much luck. Like Aldrich against Erin Blanchfield, she stuffed a lot of takedowns and got her own takedowns there. And Erin Blanchfield's on the run for a title shot, so this is an easy pick for me. Aldrich by decision. Loaf agrees with me here. She's going to be very good on the feet and on the ground. Need a drink, holy.
Next up, we're in the bantamweight division, Tony Gravely.
And next up, we got Tony Gravely. Low stock of the week, Victor Henry. And I think this goes the distance. The Platinum members have a bet for that. Victor Henry has went the distance 6 times and lost. He's never been finished. So all 6 losses are coming by decision. I don't think he's going to get the finish against Tony Gravely, who went the distance with Javid Bastrap. Victor Henry does have 8 submissions, but I really think it goes to the judges' scorecards. The odd makers agree with me. It's plus money for this fight to go the distance. I have a bet on both these fighters to win by decision. 3 units on each. I'm going to be up money either way. I'm going to have 1.8 units profit or 4 units profit. Unless somehow somebody finds the finish. But I'm very confident that the judges are going to have to decide the winner in this fight. And next up, we got the biggest favorite on the card. Mario Bautista, Guido Cannetti. Batista's shredded, man. And I can't see Guido Cannetti winning. On the feet, he's going to be a little bit dangerous in the first round. That's why we are predicting Mario Bautista's submission. Likely early, first or second round. This is an easy pick, though. He's the biggest favorite on the card. Not much value in it. He's probably safe to parlay, though. Like I said, Guido Cannetti on the feet. He's kind of dangerous. But I feel like this is the end of the road for Guido Cannetti. Mario Bautista's too young, too quick. And he's going to have the advantage everywhere in this fight. And next up, we got the street fighter, Sedriques Dumas. I see a lot of guys putting their money on him. Cucumber in the comments section below. He really likes Sedriques Dumas. MMA legendary locks like Sedriques Dumas as well. Thought Loaf was going to lock him in. Josh Fremd's coming in here and he looks big. He looks a lot bigger than Dumas. That kind of worries me. And just letting you know, I have no money on Dumas. I think he wins this fight inside the distance. He has 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. Josh Fremd coming off that submission to Tresean Gore. Doesn't look too great. He's 0-2 in the UFC. I don't think he's UFC talent. He has no real base in MMA. He has a 26% takedown defense. I think Sedriques Dumas is going to finish this fight. He has 4 first-round finishes.
Back to the bantamweight division.
And we got Raphael Assuncao and Davey Grant. Davey Grant has a wicked combination. He's finished Jonathan Martinez with it. And I think he's going to probably finish Assuncao with the same combination. That'd be 3 in a row for him. His last fight, he finished the fight by knockout as well. And Assuncao, he's fought good competition, but he's 1-5. He got that win over Victor Henry, but I don't really know what to expect from Victor Henry. I think Lowe's dog of the week is going to be right, Tony Gravely, but don't really know what to expect. Raphael Assuncao is 40 years old, but if you're on the Assuncao side, I'd definitely be looking for the decision prop on that one. I think he would win a decision against Davey Grant. I don't think he'd be able to get the finish against him. But yeah, Davey Grant's definitely the pick for us in this fight.
And the featured prelim at heavyweight.
And the featured prelim, Carl Williams, Lukas Brzeski. And it's my fault. Lukas Brzeski's last fight, it kind of was a robbery. You know, he did have a little bit higher output than I said in the early prediction video. But, you know, he got tested for roids in his Contender Series fight. And in the face-off here, I can see his nipples a little bit slouchy. You can tell, man. He's put on weight. He doesn't look as good in shape as he used to. And both these guys, you know, kind of soft, padded records. But Carl Williams in the Dana White Contender Series, he went 3 for 3 on takedowns. He looks pretty good for heavyweight. He's in good shape. Lukas Brzeski, he didn't beat Martin Buday. And Buday's not the best heavyweight, to be honest with you. He's kind of on the lower end. Nah, I wouldn't bet this fight. I haven't yet. I think Carl Williams still wins a decision here. I'm going to favor the wrestlers in 2023 here. And yeah, I'm not going to be switching my picks on the final prediction show here. And next up, kicking off the main card, the lowest lock of the week. And this is quite the face-off. Turkalji doesn't want to shake hands. Petrino's alright with it. MMA legendary locks thinks Petrino's a fraud. But look at the fucking flex on this guy, man. He is ripped. I think he wins it by knockout. It was my first bet on this card. I think it's going to hit with ease. He has 6 out of 7 wins by knockout. He kind of fights like Alex Pereira, like Loeb said in the early prediction video. He has serious power. He can end it in one punch. And Anton Turkalji, he's going to get humbled in this fight. He's going to regret not shaking the hand of the Brazilian. And he's going to get finished. He's going to get slept. Let's smash it. Vitor Petrino, 190. He's going to get the knockout. You heard it here first on the forecast. And next up, my lock of the week, Jonathan Martinez against Nurmagomedov. My lock said Nurmagomedov, by the way, not Jonathan Martinez. I seen a couple people taking Martinez. Respect to them, but he's not going to win this fight, man. Said Nurmagomedov's the real deal. When he got tested in his last fight against Kakramanov, he finished the fight with a ninja choke. He's live on the ground for the submission, and he is very dangerous on the feet. He mixes it up very well. He's a real deal. I wouldn't be betting against this guy, that's for sure. He's my lock of the week, and I have a bet on him too, inside the distance. Jonathan Martinez is a game fighter. He's good on the feet. He's entertaining to watch, and he's a $3 underdog now, but I really don't think he's going to beat Said Nurmagomedov, who, by the way, is no relation to Khabib. You know, that's not why I'm taking him. I've seen his last couple fights. I've seen how dangerous he is.
Up next is a catchweight bout of 215 pounds. 8th ranked light heavyweight Ryan Spann takes on 6th ranked.
Spann's coming in here with the glasses on again. Exact same face-off as before. This fight was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, and Krylov pulled out on the day of the fight due to illness. He's back ready to go. It's a catchweight, 215. They both make 213. Krylov has 27 out of 29 wins by finish, but he has 6 submission losses, and Spann has 12 submission wins, 10 of them in the first round. I really think Spann's getting that submission. I have a half-unit bet on that. I have a half-unit bet on Spann by knockout to back it up, just a safety one, just in case he gets the knockout, not the submission. I have no bets on Krylov. Lowe's taking Krylov. That's one of the two guys we disagree on. I was on Krylov when they were supposed to fight the first time, but I've switched my pick. I'm a lot more confident in Spann now that he doesn't have to cut as much weight. He looks in great shape right now. I think he's going to finish this fight, but it's only a 3-rounder now, not a 5-rounder. So I do see a couple people predicting this fight to go the distance, but these two guys, like I said, are finishers. Someone's going to get finished in this fight. I just think it's going to be the guy that doesn't have to cut as much weight. He has to cut a lot of weight to get to 205, and now that it's at 215, he doesn't have to cut that weight and struggle. I think his gas tank's going to be a lot better on the ground. Like I said, he's going to be very dangerous, and Krylov on the ground, not so great. Lost 6 of his losses by submission. And next up was supposed to be Ricardo Ramos and Austin Lingo, but Ricardo Ramos weighed in at 154, 8 pounds over the featherweight limit. You know, this guy's a clown for coming in that much overweight, and Austin Lingo should get paid or a bonus or something like that. You know, this guy had a cut weight. You know, he's trained this long for a fight, and then this clown comes in this much overweight. Like, I couldn't even believe this fight was on the main card, but it is what it is. And next up, co-main event, Alexander versus Alexander. And I said I was going to switch my pick, but I ended up not switching my pick. And then midweek, I texted Lowe saying I was switching my pick to Romanov. And then I seen Romanov weigh in here and face off. And then I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going Volkov. You know, he has a height advantage. He's going to be the better striker in my opinion. And looking at Romanov, man, he's put on a lot of weight. I don't know how he's going to be able to keep up with Volkov's cardio. I know a lot of people are taking Romanov and they think he's going to wrestle and get that submission, but Volkov has a 71% takedown defense, and the only guy to really dominate him on the ground was Tom Aspinall. That was a little bit of an off fight for Volkov. He just tweeted out to John Jones, so he could be on the way for a title run here. You know, he's hyped up, ready to go. He's motivated. He's still a young guy. Like, I can't back Romanov coming off a loss to Tybura, and coming in this heavy too. He does not look great. I'm sticking with my pick, Alexander Romanov, and I seen Blood Money's taking him as well. That boosts my confidence. Loaf, he's also going with Volkov. So let's grab that dog money on Alexander Volkov. We're not switching our pick. And cheers to everybody betting this weekend. I hope you all crush your bets. This is the next fight that me and Loaf disagree on. The main event, Petr Yan, Merab Dvalishvili. I got Merab Dvalishvili, my dog of the week. He screams he's ready to go. Petr Yan's not looking at him. Finally looks at him and gives him a shove right to the neck. All right. Okay. Merab has gotten his head. I like that a lot.
Merab, Dvalishvili, and
Peter gave him a big shove. Merab goes running back at him. Oh my god. These boys are ready to go. This is going to be a sick main event. I'm on Merab Dvalishvili by decision. He's in Petr Yan's head for sure. 100%. Petr Yan usually gives up the first couple of rounds. I think he's going to lose the first 3 for sure to Merab. And he doesn't fight very good when fighters get in his head. Merab's definitely in his head. There's a little bit of a rivalry between the two now. Georgia versus Russia. Merab on the mic said that Russia was doing some stuff to their country, and he's a little bit fired up about it. He's ready to go 100%. He's going to be looking for the takedowns in control time. But Petr Yan, he's a fantastic striker. One of the best boxers in the UFC, like Loaf said. A lot of people on Petr Yan, but I'm taking the dog. And I'm taking the underdog to end the night on the last 3 fights. Last week I took all favorites on the main card, and somebody commented on Instagram not liking that, saying that's some strategy, but that wasn't a strategy at all. That's just what it was, man. And it was all favorites up until Alexa Grasso, so it's pretty freaking close, bro. And I'll go over the locks and dogs one more time for you. Lowe's underdog of the week was Tony Gravely. He got him at 210. He's fighting Victor Henry. We think this fight's going to go the distance. My underdog, like I just said, Merab Dvalishvili. I got him at $3. He's up to 310 now. I also think that fight is going to go the distance. Merab's going to win it on the judges' scorecards. And Peter, he hasn't had much luck with the judges lately. And if it goes to the scorecards again, I really don't think he's going to have much luck after that big shove at the face-offs and everything that's going on in Russia. And my lock of the week, this guy, he won't need a judge to decide the winner of the fight. I think it's Nurmagomedov getting the job done inside the distance. I locked him in at 144. I'm 5 in a row right now on lock of the week, so let's make it 6. And lowest lock of the week, MMA legendary lock, said this guy's a potential fraud. Vitor Petrino. He's 7-0 undefeated, and it's an even money fight, 190-190. But Lowe's locking in Vitor Petrino by knockout. He's going to finish this fight. He has 6 out of 7 wins by knockout. He has 1-punch power. Fights like Alex Pereira. And he was my first bet of this card too. So now it's time for the best bets. We got Vitor Petrino knockout plus 187. I put 1.5 units down on that for 4.3 units. Let's cheers to that, and let's cash that one. And next up, my lock of the week, said Nurmagomedov inside the distance, plus 200. I put 1 unit down on that one for 3 units. Let's crush that one. And next up, this was my third bet. I'm going against Loaf here. Merab Dvalishvili by decision, plus 300, $4 on Betway Sportsbook. I got 1.5 units on that one as well for 6 units. Let's get it done on that one. The dog's going to be barking. He has incredible cardio, and he's going to be looking for the takedowns and control time against Petr Yan. And next up, we got the Superman, Ryan Spann by submission. 0.5 unit sprinkle on this one, 3 units. It's plus 500. And I have him by knockout as well. 0.5 unit sprinkle for 2 units. It's plus 300. I think Ryan Spann's going to finish this fight inside the distance. If you agree with Loaf, likely take Nikita Krylov inside the distance. He has 27 out of 29 wins inside the distance. So this fight is probably going to finish inside the distance, even though it's a 3-rounder now. Next up, this should be a guarantee profit bet, but you're going to need 2 bets. It's Tony Gravely by decision, 3 units down on that. That's going to pay back 10 units. And the second bet includes Victor Henry by decision, 3 units on that as well for 7.8 units. So this is going to be a total of 6 units. And if Victor Henry wins by decision, you're up 1.8 units. If Tony Gravely wins, you're up 4 units. This fight is definitely going the distance. It's plus money for the fight to be finished inside the distance. All of Victor Henry's losses have been by decision. So this should be a guaranteed profit bet for you. But you're going to need 3 units down on Victor Henry and on Tony Gravely, both by decision. Let's get it. I'm really hoping nobody gets the finish there. If not, we're going to be minus 6 units. But I can almost guarantee you that fight is going to have to be decided by the judges. Those 2 guys have went the distance in their last fight. And they're tough to finish, man. Very tough to finish. And this one was for Patreon members only. Moneyline Magic. I said I wasn't going to do any more parlays for you. But you guys love parlays. You love parlays. So, 6 most confident picks. Ricardo Ramos was on there, but he's scratched off. Out the door. He's a clown. So we're adding in Vitor Petrino. He's at the bottom. My lock of the week, said Nurmagomedov. And then we got Davey Grant, 172. This is the most risky bet on all of them. And then we got Cedric Dumas, Mario Bautista, JJ Aldrich. I watched 7 different YouTubers and all their predictions. And my 7 favorite guys that I like to listen to. Everybody has Aldrich. Everybody has Bautista. Everybody has Dumas. Only 1 guy's going against Grant. 1 guy's going against my lock, said Nurmagomedov. And 1 guy was going against Vitor Petrino. All 6 of these guys should hit. I've yet to put any money on this, but I recommend you do. And another parlay. It's only 3 though. It's a submission special. It's Alexander Romanov by submission. I've seen a lot of people like that bet. So then you tag on my lock by submission, said Nurmagomedov, plus 450. And then you tag on Cedric Dumas, who has 2 submission wins. He's won his last fight in the Contender Series by submission. And Josh Friend's coming off a submission loss. All 3 of them, plus 76,000. 1 unit for $77. And if you want to get greedy, you tag on Ryan Spann submission plus 500. $1 to win $460 plus 46,000. Smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to give away $500. All what you got to do is go into the Discord, links in the description, and go to the giveaway channel. We're going to have a giveaway bot there once we hit 400, 500 subscribers. Didn't have the co-host Loaf tonight, but all of his picks are the same. We only disagree on Merab, Dvalishvili, and Ryan Spann. Those are my 2 picks. Loaf's going with Nikita, Krylov, and Ariane. And make sure you comment your parlay below with hashtag UFC Forecast. I'd love to see your guys' parlays and your best bets. I appreciate the support. And we'll see you next week at UFC 286. Usman versus Edwards 3. Gaethje versus Fiziev. And Vittori versus Roman Dolidze. It's going to be a sweet card.